Hello everyone out there. I am at Gatwick Airport. I'm heading to the Algarve Cup, going to Portugal. And yesterday I did a little live when I was walking to a place in Stockholm. I was in Sweden on a really quick visit to do a little bit of a secret, actually, but something work related. And today I am going to Portugal. This means I've been flying 3 days in a row, and again having a little bit of an environmentally friendly focus lately. This is something I am struggling with, because the flights are what us as individuals really could cut down on to help the environment. So, what do you think about this? The mother of Greta Thunberg, the Swedish activist that is at the start of this school strike that happens on Fridays all around the world. She is a very famous, I think, opera singer that decided to take a change in her career to stop flying, because she flew around the world. And it brings thoughts to my mind that should we all just stop flying like her? So that means me in my profession would struggle. If I would travel to games without flying, I wouldn't be able to get to all the games, obviously, because we play against countries from all around the world. And if I could get to the games, I would not have time with any training in between, because I would probably be on the train all week. So would someone like me then have to stop do what we do in order to save the environment? What do you guys think? Or is it a case that we will continue flying and keep our jobs, whatever we work with, and the solutions will be in making the air travel less invasive of the environment? These are a bit tricky questions, I feel, because imagine everyone quitting their jobs and trying to find other ways of or supporting their lives, their families all around the world. Will there be room for all of us? I get that we could all just live on the countryside and produce our own food and whatever, and that's maybe the way we should do it, but how likely is that gonna be? So if you have any opinions on this, I'd like to hear. I have some time before my flight leaves, so it's a bit tricky. That's what I'm going around thinking about, how to, as an individual, be a little bit more friendly to the environment, and specifically me as a footballer. What can I do? Because I am probably one of the worst people. I'm probably in the top layer of people that is using the Earth's resources way quicker than we're supposed to. If you haven't heard, I'm talking about Greta Thunberg, the Swedish activist. She's 15 or 16 years old, and she started this strikes on Fridays. She doesn't go to school because she thinks we should start talking about the big environmental problem we have in the world, and why should she go and study for a future that won't be if the environment won't be there for her to live in. Makes sense. And me having 2 small children have really thought about this lately. So, what do you say? What shall we do about it? I assume it's a big and hard question for you to answer, because you have no comments so far. But it would be quite interesting to hear what you think. What do? Do you fly? Have you cut down on the flights Have you, in your professions, changed something? Have you, as private people, changed something, big or small? What can we do? Siso says that you can cut down on other things that is bad for the environment, like eating meat and using plastics. And I agree with that. That's part of things we could do. I've tried something like a vegan option, and it was very tasty, I must say. It's called Mindful Chef, and you can get it if you live in the UK. I can recommend that, and they are not paying me for saying this. I just liked it. What else? Anyone got any great tips for others how we can live a little bit more environmentally friendly? Joanna, you say I ride bicycle, and I inspired all my sister to do so, and that is great. If we can all travel that way, that would be great. I'm at Gatwick Airport, heading to Portugal for the Algarve Cup, which is an important tournament for the Swedish national team in order to be prepared for the World Cup this summer. Speaking about the World Cup, should we have these big tournaments from an environmentally friendly point of view, where everyone flies in for some football games? Are these football games good indirectly or simply bad? Should we quit them altogether? Nasrallah, jag kan prata svenska, men då förstår inga andra. Buy second hand, I've done that too. I had a period in my life where I really didn't buy anything. I went to rent stuff or borrow stuff from the library, and I only bought second hand. And I actually must say I loved it. I really, really, really loved it. Because owning a lot of things is also taking lots of energy for you to take care of all these things. Right now, I own lots of things, and I don't like it. And I'm struggling with it. And so one of my favorite shows right now is the one on Netflix where she helps people clear out their houses. But I must say I really recommend just living very minimalistic with not a lot of things, and buy second hand if you need to buy something, or borrow from the library. It was really good. I feel like I need to do what I can to talk about these things, because I don't want to leave this earth to my children to deal with later. So if we can all do a little bit, maybe it's a little bit better. It's probably not going to be enough, but if you don't know what I'm talking about Greta Thunberg, the Swedish activist. You should really Google her and watch some of the videos she's in on YouTube. And then maybe we all can have a little bit of a moral panic, and we can help out a little bit. Well. Okay, that was the heavy subject for today, which I think we should maybe touch on a little bit every day. We should maybe talk about what we did to help the environment or to ease our footprint on the environment. Okay, I'll answer some of your questions if you have anything else. Alva is asking me who I'm hanging out with when I'm at the camp, and I'm one of those people that floats around and talks to everyone. Since I am 27 and I'm just a tiny bit older than most of them. I'm kidding, I am not 27, I'm way older than that, so I'm not maybe interested in exactly everything that the younger girls are interested in, but I do enjoy floating around and talking to everyone and asking how they are and whatever. But I might roomie with Sandra Adolfsson, I don't know. we'll see. And she's also 30 plus, so we discuss life and politics and these big questions in life. I don't really tend to hang out with anyone in particular. I do enjoy to hang out with different types of people at different times in the camp, depending on what we do. I got the question if I like to hang out with Olivia. I do sometimes. She's fun. She's a fun girl to be around. Depends on what you want to do and what you're interested in. Gunnar is asking how I would rank the 3 best goalkeepers in the world right now. Men, women versus men. I'm not sure about that question. I can tell you that I don't watch enough men's football to give an accurate point on who's playing at the very best right now. And in the women's game, it's also hard to give an accurate point because it's not many games broadcasted, and I don't have time to follow those that are. So I think I'll leave that up to you, and let's see in the World Cup instead who's performing at the very best in the women's game. I am from a little village called Marmorbyn, which is outside a town called Katrineholm in Södermanland in Sweden. And Magnus is longing to see us play against Germany in Stockholm on the 6th of April. If you haven't got your ticket, you should get it. We've sold over 20,000. It's going to be a good atmosphere on our way to France. See how we kick off and how it starts to build a relationship to our team, so you can follow us in France. Kevin, who I know follow a lot of women's football, thinks that right now Lydia Williams in Australia and Manuela Sinsberger from Austria and myself are the 3 best ones in the women's game. Anyone in opposition to that? World's best goalkeeper, according to me. Tough one. I'll answer that one in the next live I do. I'm probably going to do more lives now when I go to the Algarve Cup. And if you have any suggestions on things you want me to talk about, maybe you want something goalkeeper specific, or life on camp, or life as a parent, or whatever else, you can always send me a direct message. Even if I don't answer all of you, I'm probably reading most of it. So send me a direct message and give me a suggestion on what topic you want me to bring up, if you have any interest of that. Alva Johansson is wondering what team in Sweden I I would like to play for more than anything. And I must say that it's a team that my dad played for when I wasn't even born. During the 1970s, he played for IFK Norrköping. So when IFK Norrköping come up to the highest league in the women's game, you know who to call. Well, I think I should see if my flight is on time. And try to get my head around this thing about flying as a footballer. It's not easy. Okay, thank you for watching, and have a lovely day in the sunshine, if there is sunshine where you are. Bye-bye.